The first pasuk, the first verse of Parshas Pinchas is a recurring one throughout much of the Torah. Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe lemor. And God spoke to Moshe saying. Now, who's Moshe? Well, we could answer that question in many ways, but one way we could answer that is by saying Moshe is the son of Amram. He's not called Moshe ben Amram. He's just called Moshe. Okay, not a big question. We know who Moshe is. Okay, how about the next verse? The next verse is Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aharon HaKohen, introducing Pinchas to announce his reward. Hashem refers to him as Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aharon HaKohen. Pinchas, the son of Elazar, and the son of Aharon HaKohen. So Moshe is only identified as Moshe. Pinchas is identified as Pinchas, the son of Elazar, the son of Aaron HaKohen. How come? Well, you might say Moshe is a well-known figure by now. Pinchas, not so much. So when we first introduce someone in the Torah, when the Torah first introduces someone, frequently they refer to his father, X, son of Y, and sometimes even going above that in the ancestry. So, for example, you have Vayikach Korach ben Yitzhar ben Kahas ben Levi. So now you're talking 4 generations. Korach, son of Yitzhar, the son of Kahas, and the son of Levi. So that's 4. Here we have Pinchas ben Aaron, Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aharon HaKohen. Okay. Well, that makes sense as a first introduction, but Korach is not subsequently referred to as Korach ben Yitzhar ben Kahas ben Levi. It's just Korach, Adas Korach, Vayikach Korach. All of these things, all of these mentions are of the individual by his name. Yoshua, sometimes Yoshua ben Nun, otherwise it's Yoshua. So why does it say Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen? You might say because he's introduced here, but he's not. There is just a few psukim earlier, at the end of the last week's Parsha of Balak. It says, Vayar Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aharon HaKohen. So why doesn't it just say here, Pinchas Heshivas Chamosim al b'nei Yisrael? Why Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aharon HaKohen? We already know who he is. We already know who his father is. We already know who his grandfather is. So this, I believe, is Rashi's question. He doesn't ask it, as he frequently doesn't, but listen to what Rashi says. Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen, lefi, because shehoyu hashavatim mevazinoso. The tribes were murmuring. They were disparaging Pinchas. They were saying Pinchas had avenged God by killing the Nasi of Shevet Shimon. They say, Hari Isam ben Puti zeh shepite mavi imo agalim lavodas kachavim v'harag nasi Shevet Mishra. Did you see this Ben Puti, this son of a Puti? What's a Puti? It could be somebody who it's a play on words. Zeh shepitem avi imo. His grandfather used to fatten calves for pagan worship. Who was his grandfather? So according to one opinion, his grandfather was Yisro. And earlier it says that Elazar took as a wife one of the Benos Putiel. And Putiel is one of the 7 names by which Yisro went. So the Shavatim, the tribes, meaning the population, the press, were disparaging Pinchas after he killed a Nasi. The popular opinion was not with Pinchas after he did his act of kanaus, of zealotry. So Lefikach ba hakosov v'yichso achar Aaron. And therefore the Torah comes and says he has good yichus. His yichus, his lineage goes back to Aaron HaKohen. So this would not be a question, the Meforshim point out, if this were Pinchas's introduction in the Torah, but it's not. He's identified by the exact same lineage a few psukim earlier, but this time he's identified by the exact same lineage to emphasize the lineage, not to say simply to identify him, but rather to negate the attribution of corruption as a result of Pinchas's ancestry. The claim itself against Pinchas was not about the merit of his action. It was about him. The Shvatim, when they criticized Pinchas, were not criticizing his action and whether his action in killing the prince of the tribe of Shimon was justified or not. What they did is they questioned his moral character, perhaps his motivation. This is very dicey. It's also a logical fallacy. It's called argumentum ad hominem. It's an argument that goes to the person rather than the idea or the act. Chazal say, Kabel ha'emes mimi she'omra. Accept the truth from whoever says it. The person who says it may be flawed. The person who says it may not be someone with whom you agree, generally, may not even share your values. But the principle that they articulate, the action that they take, may be legitimate. Rejecting an idea because of the person who said it is not logical, and it's not truthful. In today's political climate, it's very common. And if we are to learn from our sages, and ultimately from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we will take pains to distinguish criticism of an idea from criticism of the individual. Have a good Shabbos.